All right, my name is Randy Wooters with Pinnacle Partners, the peak of collaboration. We are a revenue share group that's a part of Success Elevated, and sort of a smaller group of the larger group. And we absolutely love collaborating. In fact, so much that we opened it up to pretty much anybody at Success Elevated can come into our training sessions. Today, we're talking about kvCORE. And in fact, we talk about kvCORE every other Friday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you are trying to dial in your business and get that thing working for you, you should come every other Friday. It's going to be a great time of just working together, working through specific examples. This is really designed for step-by-step instructions. This is not a gloss over type of situation. We had the first one 2 weeks ago. We covered a ton of material. We go into depth. And if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. Now, today I want to focus just on three things, okay? Three big things. And I guarantee most of you are not doing any of these three things. And if you're doing one of them, great, but I guarantee you're not doing the other two, okay? So without further ado, let's just jump right in. kvCORE optimization, three things to do today. Number one, let's see a show in the chat box. Vince, you're in Melbourne, Florida, so am I. Awesome. This is not very often I see people from my area. Sorry, I saw the chat. I'm very easily distracted. So number one, get your own smart number. What does this mean? First of all, what the heck is a smart number? And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go right into the step-by-step instructions. If you have a second monitor, a second screen, or you can somehow minimize this to a corner, I want you to pull up kvCORE. I want you to actually look at this right now. Okay. So before I get into the step-by-step instructions, what the heck is a smart number? Why do I care? Why does it change me, my business, anything? Okay. Everybody knows what a cell phone number is. Great. But a cell phone number won't do hardly anything for you in terms of lead capture. All you can do is look to see when somebody called and you missed the call and you're trying to figure out how to call them back. That's what we call a dumb number. That's a stupid number. It doesn't know anything. It might not even know who's calling. Okay. And so caller ID unknown, blah, 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 right? A smart number changes the game. A smart number question, can they be done doing the mobile app? No. If you're on your phone and you're not able to get to a computer, then I'm going to recommend that you watch it later and then do the step-by-step. The mobile app is actually fairly limited in what it can do. It's pretty much designed to be able to just call people back, text them back, maybe look at a few homes or two, but not like change your settings, dial in things, right, to get it working. So anyways, and by the way, the mobile app, I want to go into probably in 2 weeks, I'm going to dive deep into the mobile app. I'm going to write that down for myself because that is very, very valuable for us to learn next time. Mobile app, next session. Mobile app, next session. Just writing it down for myself. Great. Okay. The smart number is going to capture leads. Okay. Let's pretend you have a smart number. 555-555-5555. Okay, that's your smart number. Well, when you put that number on a sign, on a rider, on a sign rider, on your website, on your Facebook, on whatever, and somebody calls that number or texts that number, where does it go?
kvCORE.
It goes into kvCORE, but it doesn't just go into kvCORE. It can do things. You can do automatic campaigns directly if they come in through a specific link, and that's called a text code. All right. And so a smart number can be set up. Let's say that you have a specific text code for 123 Main Street, and it's attached to the listing as a rider, and you can make riders very, very super cheap. And it's like text 123 Main to this number. What happens? A couple of things can be fired off immediately. One, the person gets an immediate text response back with all of the details of the listing. It captures them as a lead, puts them in your kvCORE. It lets you know that they're interested in this particular one. It sets them up on a hashtag. You can run campaigns from the hashtag. Okay. There's so many things that a smart number can do. And so we're going to dive in. If you're wondering about the cost of a smart number, we're going to dial all that in for you too. It's $27 a month. It's the best $27 that you could ever buy. Now, you might say, well, doesn't my kvCORE already have a smart number? The answer is yes, but not the one that you want. I know that's confusing as hell. So listen, you're going to have a smart number, yes, but it's going to be basically a office number for all of EXP in your area. No bueno. Here's what happens when a lead calls that number and they're not in your CRM. It will actually rotate to all of the agents in your area. All right? No good. We don't want that. We want it to come to you. All right. So the worst thing you could do is promote a smart number on anything that's not your smart number. Okay? Because you might be literally just sending leads to other realtors in your area at EXP. Okay, no good. All right, so we're going to go into this really quick. So it's going to know your cell phone number, the cell phones of the others in the office. It knows the contact phone numbers. It knows office numbers, which contacts leads belong to who contacted which contact last. Like, let's say that you have multiple people using the same smart number. It's going to know which kvCORE actually called last, which like who clicked call now. Auto communications, there's like lots of things that it knows. You will get different text messages from the smart number. If there's any lead routing set up, you can absolutely do that, and get dialed into like, okay, this is coming from, let's say I have an agent on my team and it was, let's say my agent, Adriana. I shared a lead with Adriana. The lead called the number. It knows Adriana is that agent, is the agent that they want to talk to. And so it's very, very smart. It's going to know some of those things. Now, it takes a little bit of setting up. It's not an automatic. Now, if you're a single agent and you're not sharing your leads with anybody, it's even easier and still very, very worthwhile. If you're afraid of the extra $27 a month, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't use it, I guess it's not worth it. But if you're going to use that number at all, then it's absolutely worth 27 bucks. Okay?
Can I give 2 cents into this?
You
real
can
quick?
absolutely give 12 cents if you want to.
So my only thing is obviously analyze each individual business everyone has, right? If you have 30 or 15 people in your database, maybe having a dedicated smart number might not be the right answer right now. But if you're up to 1,000 or you're up to 500 or 600, there's no way then you can effectively reach those people through text message effectively. So that's when a smart number could come into play. But if you are a brand new agent, just getting up and running, just getting started, and you don't have a monster database right away, would it be easier for you? Yes. But is it absolutely necessary at that very snapshot of your business? Maybe not. Everything is into consideration.
That's a really good point. Thanks, Jay, for adding that. So when you're a brand new agent, I always tell people when I'm coaching, keep your expenses extremely low as you possibly can at first, right? Wait till you get some deals coming in, wait till you get your database built up. But I will tell you this, one of the first things that you should always do is load your database with every single person in your phone, your sphere of influence, every single person you know should be in your database. And you might say, well, I don't want to put my mom and my brother in my database. You should put every single person in your database. Okay. That's a different training. I don't have time to go into all of the reasonings for building your database. Maybe we should just separate that out as a separate training. But here's the deal. The smart number is not just for incoming calls. It's not just for making outbound dials, and it's not just for an occasional text. So there are some definite strategies that you're going to want to use it for. you can start those strategies from day one if you want to as a new agent. Okay, there are ways to actually use your smart number to capture leads. And so if you're trying to build your database and you're going to use this as one of the main forms, then it is worth 27. Okay. If you're just putting people in your database and you're not planning on really utilizing a texting campaign or a call text AI type campaign, then maybe it's not the right move yet. Okay. So it just depends on what it is you're trying to do. Okay, so what I like about this little article, and by the way, this little article is going to be linked, and I'm going to give everybody a copy of the slide deck. But when you click on the step-by-step instructions, this article from kvCORE is ridiculously awesome and step-by-step. Create custom text codes per property, per listing. You can even do it per like squeeze page. You can put it on different signs. If you were to do like flyers, handouts, open houses, anything like that.
Yeah, a lot of people actually do dedicated riders for
Yes.
properties with text messages for each property address. So yes.
Exactly. So what's unique about that and what's cool about that is, let's say that you do have 123 Main Street and you have a rider underneath it. And the rider says, text yes to this number, right? It's going to send them all the information for 123 Main Street. It's going to set them up on an automatic drip of your choice. And you can choose to do that based on a playbook. We'll talk about a playbook in a little bit. Okay. All right. So some facts about this. It's true, unless you have your own personal smart number, inbound calls from people who are not already leads will be routed based on certain settings. They're going to go to all the other agents. So make sure that they're going to you by using your own smart number. 100% of captured phone leads are text leads, not inbound calls. Okay, so what's interesting about that is you will, on occasion, I have my own smart number and I will get a random call. And even if I don't answer that call, that's okay, because now I'm going to use that as a text response. Okay, I'm going to immediately text back, and I'm going to, basically with my signature and my, I run a small team here, RW group. I'm going to say, hey, this is Alex with the RW group, a team admin, would love to help you out. Is there anything I can help you with right now? Or do you need to be connected to an agent right now? Okay, that's going to help qualify that lead just a little bit. It's going to avoid the spam calls and the junk calls, and by having that little response. And then if they are serious about talking to an agent, they're going to say yes. Then you really do pick up the phone and you call them back, or have one of the agents do it. Okay, it's just one little step to kind of qualify the lead.
Front and back.
Awesome. I'm gonna just mute. There we go. Okay. All right. So 100% of your effort should be put into where you can employ custom text codes. All right. So Craigslist ads, by the way, I don't really use Craigslist. I think it's a little outdated, a little old school, maybe for like rentals, but I don't know. I personally don't use it. Flyers, email signatures, you can deliver new leads with real phone numbers to your mobile office and thus capture their real number. That's also another problem with some of the lead capture stuff online, is that we never get their real number. They can blow us off and give some fake number, or somebody they don't like's number. Have you ever had that happen where they put their frenemy in there, and you call them up, hey, is this John? And they're like, my friend's name is John. Did he put my number on something? That's happened. So in this case, it's definitely their number, right? Because they texted from that phone and it's definitely their number. Okay. So no settings need to be adjusted for you to receive inbound call leads. There's no routing to configure. It's your number. It's configured when you buy it. Okay. And they're all delivered to you directly. Okay. Leverage. Again, fast response time. How cool is it to have a number that is set up to immediately respond to somebody when they call? It can do it automatically. So you miss the call, oh well, it's going to go straight to that, hey, by the way, this is Alex, the assistant of the RW group or whatever. Do you need to speak to an agent now? Kind of a thing, right? That qualifying. Okay, all potential leads, it prompts all potential leads to utilize your mobile office to get information. You accomplish this by attaching MLS numbers or squeeze links to your custom text codes. That's what I was talking about with the 123 Main Street, right? And then they'll actually get information about that house by texting that code, okay? It's pretty cool. It's always be relevant. Texting should always involve homes for information about homes. That's the sole reason why these leads are interacting with you. Capitalize on their interest and hook them. Okay. So I'm going to skip through some of this stuff because we just really need to talk about, is it worth doing and should I do it? And if it is, I'm going to give you the link to do it on your own, right? Because you have to sign up and do all that stuff. Now, I'm not an affiliate of the Smart Number. I don't get a penny when you sign up for the Smart Number. I don't even care if you do sign up for the Smart Number. I'm just letting you know that there's an option. And if you're going to use automation and responses like that, it is worth doing. Even for the simple fact, so like for me, I'm on a lot of meetings. I don't know why, I'm on a lot of Zoom meetings. I do a lot of trainings. I'm with clients. Like today, during lunch, I was meeting with an agent for recruiting purposes, agent attraction. And during that hour and a half, I can't tell you how many phone calls I got. Well, fortunately, some of those were to my Smart Number, and they were handled through the Smart Number by it responding to them and saying, hey, do you need to speak with an agent right now? Now, it caught them and it knows that half of those were just spam calls, but that means I didn't have to field the call and stop my meeting, okay? So again, if you are, like, let's say you're doing a showing, you don't want to answer your phone in the middle of a showing. It's not a good look for you, right? Because the person that you're in front of should be your priority. And so having something where it can sort of text them back immediately and try to qualify them might be valuable, okay? All right. Okay. Some FAQs. I think this section is really good because, again, just to know a little bit more about it and commonly asked questions, you know, there's a whole section on smart campaigns, and we're going to start a campaign here in just a little bit. But I just think it's really important to understand that, you know, my favorite word, automation, right? Automation, whenever we can set up people on a smart campaign and it's triggered by a Smart Number, or even better, a text code, I just think that that's just so cool and easy. With AI being what it is now, it's cool that we have some automations, you know, tied to our kvCORE. Okay, let's see. Okay. If you are using an ISA and they're out of the country, you don't want to use the Smart Number. It won't forward to them. It would only forward to somebody in the US or Canada. So that's kind of important if you're using a VA from the Philippines or something. Okay. If you're doing a team and you have a Smart Number for the whole team, I call it my office line. You can actually have lead routing and stuff, depending on the rules that you set up for the Smart Number. And then outbound calls for tracking. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into kvCORE right now, just because I want to show you where it is. Okay, so where do you find your Smart Number? Okay, it lives right there. It's the very first number at the top right. Right now, if you have not purchased a Smart Number, the number that you will see will go to like 50 agents in your area. Okay, so not cool. So how do we find your own Smart Number if you were to sign up for this? Okay, you're going to go to, I'm pretty sure it's under marketplace, sorry. Okay, Smart Number right here. And by the way, there's so many things that you can do in kvCORE, but let's just take a look at this one. All right, and then you just go right here and you say get started. And what I do like about it is you get to choose your number. It gives you a little bit more information about, hey, Randy called John. I like that. I like that they used us, John. Right? $27 a month. There you go. There's some features. You click get started, preferred area code, and then put in your information. That way it is a local number. This is not like some, distant number that's in some other area. Okay. Now I'm not going to go all the way down this rabbit hole only because I have mine already, and I don't, yeah, I don't want to get a bunch of emails about, hey, you didn't finish your setup, your product configuration. But just follow the prompts. It's very easy. Again, assess your own financial situation of whether or not you can do this. I'm not going to spend the whole hour going through smart number steps, only because it's very easy. Follow the prompts, click next. All of a sudden, you'll have a smart number in like a day, and you'll be able to use it. Now, what I want to show you, though, is an example. Let's say I have my dashboard. Can you tell I just did a little text campaign, weed some people out of my database here, and that's okay. They're not interested, let them go. But notice down here where you have options, okay? And by the way, this was a text campaign I just did. I sent, I don't know, a few hundred people a text with this one listing. And I was like, hey, this matched your search criteria. I thought you might be interested. And like I said, it's going to either weed them out, show interest, and this guy looked at it. Okay, so it came into his text. Now, I can text or call. And where does that text come from? It's going to go through the smart number and track everything. Okay, I'm actually going to click on him though, because I want to show you something.
Hey,
Now,
Randy, I got another 2 cents to add.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, guys, if you are obviously you're building your database and you've say you've just uploaded your database to kvCORE, your business is rocking and rolling, and you wanted to add a smart number to your database or kvCORE and start operating like that, you can do a mass text message to everybody in your database, basically introducing your smart number to your business. And the way you do it is saying something like, hey guys, just want to, hey, I just want to let you know my business is growing and I'm adding a dedicated line to my business. This is, so it's not just a random number they're going to get a text message from, right? They're not going to know it's from you. So make sure, like, if you're going to do a text message from your smart number, they know who it's coming from. So you kind of introduce it a little bit to them. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense, but just know that you can do a couple of little steps and then it always tells who it's from. Okay, so like this person at today at 2:28, when I was just doing a little test run, this person got this property. I have a new listing that might match your search criteria. Click here to check it out. Okay, and it gives an unsubscribe, even though they've already had an unsubscribe prompt earlier. It just, because I did a mass to a bunch. And so they actually viewed it. Now, it's a smart number. It knows they viewed it. What did it do? It responded immediately. Thanks for visiting the site. Are you focused on any specific areas, property types? And then it automatically added a campaign. Buyer custom one. They showed some interest. Okay. And then it started firing out some stuff. Now, this might sound a little aggressive to you and you're like, whoa, calm down. Again, you can set up these things to trigger like you want them to trigger. But this is all tied back to the smart number. Okay, so there's some cool things you can do if you set it up. And we're actually going to talk about playbooks in just a second. Okay, but are there any questions right now as far as what is a smart number? What are some things I can do to use it? And you can unmute yourself and ask, or you can put it in the chat. Okay, Terry, totally fine. Okay, so one of the things that I really love, so I share leads to my team agents here, okay? And I make them use this button when they call. The reason I do that is because it logs the call. Right? And so I want to know if this person has been called before. And so when I'm looking at my contact list, loading. All right, see this little 0 right here? No bueno. Okay, no bueno. We need to see 1s, 2s, 3s. Some of these are just sphere of influence, people. I don't call them out of here. Let's get down. Let's change the lead source. Change the status. It's moving slow because I'm on Zoom. Okay. So we should be seeing under, what's been happening with this lead, we should be seeing dials. Okay, so you see some dials here. This is what we want to be seeing. And so one way to quickly see who's not getting a call is by the zeros, because I make the agents on the team use the call button, use the smart number so that we know they've been called. It logs the call. Now you can use your cell phone and just click log call, just not as effective. I don't know. I just like it that way. Okay, we're going to go back to the slide deck. Step-by-step instructions are linked right there. Okay, so you don't have to wonder where it is. Number 2 of the 3 things you absolutely should be doing: promote office listings using Playbook. All right, so I don't see a whole lot of cameras on right now, but if you could just raise your hand or your virtual hand on the Zoom. How many people have a listing up right now? It's your own listing. Okay, a few, couple, and a bunch of no cameras, so I don't know. So here's the deal. You're not always going to have a listing up, okay? There's gonna be some times in your career, now I hope you do, and I hope you're an awesome agent and you've always got agents or listings just popping out of your seams everywhere. But let's just assume you go a few days or a few weeks without a listing. Well, do you just promote nothing? No, promote office listings. What do I mean by office listings? I mean other EXP agent listings. And you say, I can do that? Absolutely, you can do that, okay? Now, I'm gonna put a disclaimer here. If you're not sure, ask your broker. But in most states, I wanna say 99, I can't think of a single state where you're not allowed to do that, but just double check. You can promote another EXP listing. And in some states, you can even promote other people's listings. It just depends on your state's laws and regulations. But you can almost 100% of the time promote another EXP agent listing. But how do you do that to maximize its effectiveness? And so we're gonna use what's called playbooks. And a playbook is actually a pretty new thing. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's been around maybe 6-9 months, something like that. And I'm going to show you what it looks like to do a playbook. Okay. Let me get out of this. All right. So does everybody see this little tab up here? So like you log into kvCORE, right? And you just see your dashboard. And you've probably clicked over this on accident and you're like, what the heck is a playbook? And you've ignored it because you're like, I don't understand it. So I don't do what I don't understand. And so I just keep moving on, right? Totally normal. You're not abnormal by doing that. But what if you knew how to use it and you could use it for your benefit? Okay, so we're going to open Playbook by promoting a listing. Now, if you have a listing, promote your listing. Awesome. So you can use Playbook to promote your own listings. If you are on a team and your team has listings, promote your team listings. Absolutely promote those. Third thing that you would want to do is company listings. Okay, or you can do eXp Realty in your area listings. Okay, I'm gonna actually do that one. I didn't click on that one before, but I'm gonna do that one. All right, so we're now looking at starting a new playbook. We're gonna promote a listing within eXp and within the area. First of all, why would we do this? We're trying to capture leads. What kind of leads? Buyer leads to us, okay? But not just buyer leads. When you are consistently promoting listings, other sellers would see you and go, this person does a really great job of promoting listings. I think that I would call them and have them do my, sell my house too. Again, promoting listings does not mean it has to be yours. All right, so let's take a look. There's 220 listings that I could promote in here. And so I'm just gonna find a good one that I think looks good or is in a great neighborhood. And I'm just gonna walk you guys through it. Okay, West Melbourne, nice 3-car garage. All right, start promoting. All right, first thing it's gonna do, this is awesome, guys. If you already have a database, you already have people in there, it knows who's on what search alerts and which people in your database it might fit to this home. Do you know how much research you'd have to do to try to figure out who in your whole database might fit a certain listing? You don't have to think. It's going to do it for you. It's a smart list. Okay. So it's going to go ahead and it's going to put this list together. And by the way, there's a lot of people who fit this criteria. Guys, this is pretty amazing. That's a good list. That's a good size list. Now, if I don't like the list and I want to start completely for custom and I just want to put like a few people on there, I can absolutely do a custom list. Okay? So you're not bound to this and you can certainly uncheck anybody that you want to. But let's just say that we like it. Looks good. You have an option. Send a text, send an email, send both. Now, the campaign that I just did recently, just to kind of give a little test, was a text, just to see who would click on it and see what would happen. But let's say that you do the email instead. This is the sort of the formula, and notice it's going to put the photo, the listing view button. It's going to put your own signature in there. I wouldn't even necessarily mess with this. I would just let it go as is. Don't try to fight the feeling here. Now, let's say that I wanted to send this in the future. Let's say I want the email to go out in a few days and the text to go out today and not at 12 a.m. Let's do it in the afternoon, 2 p.m. Okay. So the text will go out now. And then on Sunday, 2 p.m., the email would go out. Okay. To this list. Pretty cool. Now, if I don't want to text or email, I can skip this play in the playbook. Okay. Or I can send or schedule it to be sent right now. Now, if anybody has not used Core Video, totally should give that a try. So imagine that you're on your computer and you're like, let me do a 20-second video to see if they might recognize me and click on the link. And you just open up Core Video and you say, hey guys, I wanted to show you this listing, 123 Main Street. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house with a 3-car garage and a pool in the back. You've got to check it out. Click the link. Boom. And that's in the video and that's going to them on a text. Pretty cool. Okay. So you try Core Video. It'll up your game significantly and up your open rate. All right. Now I'm going to click skip for now because I don't want all these people texted because I already did a campaign earlier today. All right. So I'm going to skip that one, but all you'd have to do is hit play that and it will go. All right, the next thing is utilize custom text code. We just finished talking about text codes and smart numbers. Well, guess what? You don't have to try to figure out how to do smart text codes and stuff. It'll do it for you. You really don't even need a brain. You just have to go, okay, looks good. Notice that it's creating a text code for me. And this is my smart number. And this is the MLS ID. And it tells you, we recommend adding your text code to the following things. Cool. So all I got to do is copy this bad boy and then make it look just like this. Text 3092 Morton to, boom, smart number. And then it'll lead capture for that specific home. And so that, like I said, that's a good rider to do at the bottom of a sign or on a flyer or on a, wherever you want people to call you or text you. All right, now I'm gonna skip play because I don't wanna do anything with this right now. All right, property boost is next. If you wanted to actually boost the property for a few bucks, you can actually put this in front of thousands of people and get a bunch of leads coming in. And I have done many property boosts. They are very, very cheap leads, but keep in mind they are top of funnel, not super interested leads right now. These would be leads that would be cheap to put in your database to fill up your database and just nurture them for 6, 12, 18 months. So don't get too excited that they're super cheap, because that doesn't mean they're going to buy right now. You would actually need several hundred of these leads to get one interested buyer right now. Okay? Just know that they're top of funnel. Is it worth doing? Yes, absolutely. As long as it's a real person with a real email and a real phone number, it's worth doing. Okay? Just don't discount it just because it's top of funnel. Just be careful in knowing that this is going to take a while on those leads converting. Okay. All right, let me go back to this. I'm going to skip that play. Squeeze pages. Now, maybe you've already learned how to do a squeeze page. Maybe you go to your web IDX and you click lead gen and you click build a squeeze page. Well, with Playbook, you don't have to do anything. You just literally, it's already created for you. And you can just post it straight to your social media right here. Okay? And you can edit the settings and do whatever. It'll create your own landing page immediately and automatically. So you don't have to learn how to create landing pages anymore. Playbook is skipping all of the menial tasks. Okay? And again, I don't use Craigslist, but if you did, you could use that right there and then make a post to Craigslist. Okay, skip play because I'm not going to post these things right now. All right, initiate a seller report email.
Randy, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. So when I did this a while back,
Yeah.
Just so people know that, and this may be obvious, but you can, like, if you put, when you buy the rider, if you just put something like yes, or call 123 to find out about this listing and don't specify it, just so everyone knows, you can always reassign that number. So that if it's code 1234, you can reassign that code and then reassign that code, so that you're not buying, you don't have to purchase a flyer or a rider for every listing.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, just know that you can change that number, and it can now, I don't know how that works with thinking about it more with carrying on through how it's hashtagged, but I know that number can be reassigned so that you're not buying riders for every listing.
Well, and what you can do is before you reassign and start the new campaign, you can go filter from the old hashtag that was assigned to that number, and you can add another hashtag to all of those that sort of separated as like, this is older, this is not, I'm starting a new campaign. Like you could do,
Usually hashtag the address.
Yeah, something like that. And assign that hashtag to all of those, so that when you go to filter the new, text that came in or the new leads that came in with the text code, it's simple. You can filter.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
All right. Good. No, thank you. And you guys, if you guys know of anything to add to this, absolutely. I love the collaboration. Seller report. Okay. Set up an email report for your sellers. Let them know everything you're doing to make sure the property sells. Now, if this is not your listing, you don't need to worry about this step, because that would be really weird to send a seller a report of how you're advertising their property and you're not the listing agent. That'd be confusing as hell. So this is only a really good step if you yourself are the listing agent. So skip it if you're not. Okay. Now, this is where the magic happens, guys. Remember, we talked about activating the smart campaign. We'll go into like campaign building and stuff in another video, another session. But let's just say that you have a simple campaign. It could be 3 texts and an email, something really simple. All you do is you select the campaign, new investors, buyer, custom one, default new lead, whatever. Let's just say default new lead. This is what's going to be triggered when those people come back in and respond favorably. So if somebody replies back to your initial text like no, unsubscribe, obviously they're not going to get this. But if they click on the link, they've started something now. They're about to get your whole campaign, right? And they're going to get in this trickle, which is nice because now you as the agent are out showing houses or doing other stuff, and you're not sitting there texting back and forth. The system is doing it for you. So awesome, leverage. I'm going to skip this because again, I'm not building this right now. And then it goes back to the beginning, and then you can look at your results and you can see what you did click. It would be a green check mark that you did those activities. And then you could see a quick sheet of all the different things that you made, the squeeze page, the landing page, the property link, all that would be there. And you can use those elsewhere in different areas. Okay, so the playbook is just a really fast way to promote something. And listen, without explaining it, I could have clicked through this in like 60 seconds and had it done. Okay, but because I'm obviously walking through it, it takes a long time. When you get good at the playbooks, you can fire these off once every other day, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, whatever it is, once you get into a habit of it. Or better yet, if you have an admin on your team or a VA or something, and you say, hey, look, can you start a playbook for every listing every day from here to eternity? Great. Talk about communicating with your database. Insane. Okay. Obviously, you can do it for your sphere, just gathering your sphere or working your sphere. All right, let's go back to, there we go. Last one. I know we got 15 minutes left. Sign up and connect your Utility Connect. What the heck is Utility Connect? Well, how about a free service for you and for your clients? When they move, it will disconnect and reconnect all of their services. Disclaimer, varying levels of success per state and area. So maybe call them and check it out for yourself. But as long as it's good in your area, and in most areas it is pretty good, this is an awesome thing, because now you can add this as a service that you provide as the agent to say, don't worry about when you move, we're going to help you disconnect and reconnect all of your utilities, your phone, your cable, your gas, your whatever. And we're going to do it free of charge, completely complimentary for you. Now, the first thing we need to look at is the fact that Utility Connect is a partner of eXp. So let's click on that. Solutions.exprealty.com. And by the way, if you've never been here, there's a lot of things to help you guys as agents. Learn more about eXp Solutions. So the CE Shop, Agent Healthcare, Build a Sign, iSpy 360, Express Offers, Home Warranties, stuff like that. Curbio, so much stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, the one we care about though is up here. The one we care about today. Utility Connect. Get started. Okay. What do they do? Electricity, gas, security, insurance, phone, TV, internet, moving services. Yes, all of those things. Okay, so you as the agent, what the heck? How do you get this account? Right there, orange button, activate your agent account today. It's free. Want to know more about Utility Connect and want to join a group about it? Join the workplace group. Want to talk to somebody? Help Center or contact us. Okay, so activate your account. Do that there. I'm going to show you mine really quick. All right, so this is the forward-facing website that people see when they land on my website. I think I'm having internet problems. It's going so slow. Can you guys see these pretzels? Why would they do this to me? This is like the end of Friday. I'm ready to have some pretzels.
Yeah, it's Friday. Pretzel day, man.
That's
pretzel
not,
day.
I wonder if my wife was looking up pretzel recipes. Okay, so do you see how on the top of my navigation bar, I have Utility Connect and Moving? Okay, that's a free service that I offer. When they click on this, this is what they will see. I need to swap that logo out, but whatever. Okay, Locate your utilities and connect all home services, compliments of Randall Wooters. That's me, right? Set up services, home services, we connect. Take a look at this. I want you to like actually look into it to see if it's something that you want to do. If it is, what I want to show you is how to connect it to your homepage. Okay, so whether or not you decide to do it, totally up to you. But the information I'm about to show you is relevant either way, because how do you add stuff to the top bar is what I'm going to cover right now. Okay. All right, here we go. And by the way, I do have instructions, clickable step-by-step instructions on the, where did it go? There it is. It's right here, custom navigation page, step-by-step instructions. But instead of going through the step-by-step instructions, I'm just going to show you. Okay, so what I would do is I'd go to web and IDX, and I would go to, let's see, website settings, and then I'd go to custom navigation. Okay, or you could just scroll down the page, but this is faster. Now, custom navigation is like what you see at the top bar, right? That's your navigation panel at the top. And these are the things that you're going to see first: search, sell, finance, resources, other, let's partner, hiring link, all that good stuff. By the way, if you are looking, don't leave the default link to your hiring link. It sucks. It's terrible. Get them somewhere else. Even if it's your, like, you make a landing page, anything. And by the way, Canva, you can make some pretty sweet looking landing pages with one call to action of like, book a call with me. Okay. Super simple, different topic, different day. But okay, what we're going to learn though is select custom page for navigation. Okay. Now, because there's no, you haven't made a page yet, it won't show up yet. So what do we have to do first? We have to go make a page and then we'll come back to this. But I want to show you where it's going to be. So notice Utility Connect moving. There it is. That's why when I click on that, that's why you can now see it on the top bar. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's go make the page and then we'll come back. So website content, custom pages. All right, and then we're going to go new page, title. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Picking on Jeff right now. Jeff's moving service. Or you can say something like, you got the junk, I got the trunk, right? Whatever the navigation says. New category, or select the same category. And you can create a whole category. Now, if you do category, just know that if you choose an existing category, like resources or other, it'll put it under that, okay? Now, skip the content because the page is already made. Okay, when you get a Utility Connect page, you don't have to like make a page. It's going to make it for you. So ignore this. Go straight to the URL link and put the new link that you now have to your Utility Connect. Okay, so what was my Utility Connect? It was utilityconnect.net/Randall Wooters. Okay, easy. I copy that URL. I put it right there. Okay. Now, slug is the name. So now you get to pick what it's called. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it like I did. I just called it Utility Connect/moving. And then make sure that you do this. Again, this training is all about optimization. We want Google to find this. We don't want Google to ignore this. So meta tag is all about Google. So 2-sentence overview of this page. What does it do? Why do you have it? Who is it for? Just keep it simple, you know, complimentary service for all of my clients because I'm an awesome agent, whatever. Meta tag keywords, it says optional. It's not optional. Do it. Think about like 10 or 15 keywords. Moving, eXp Realty, your name, real estate, nearby towns and cities, whatever. Those are going to be great keywords because you want Google to like find those keywords when people are searching. All right, and then you can skip this box and skip this, and then click save. And now you have a new custom page that will show up right here. Okay. Now that it's there, and I did this back in 2020, holy smokes, it's been a while. All right, so now that it's there, I go back to my website settings. I go to custom navigation, and I search for what I just created. And there it is. It's in the green, I click it, I hit enter, and I click save. If you don't click save, guys, you will have done all that for nothing. I'll do it again, click save. And then let's go and view our website. How do you view your website? You just click right here. And then boom, there it is, amazing. Now, trial and error. If it doesn't look like you want it to look, go change it. If it's not, it's spelled wrong, or I don't know, something's weird about it, go change it. You don't want it to be sitting there too long. Okay, I know we're out of time. We got 4 minutes for some Q&A, and I just threw a lot at you, and I realize that. Okay, yep, that's the end of the slide deck. Just 3 things, 3 simple things: smart number, playbook, utility connect, or custom navigation, or both. Let's see, I've got some questions in the chat. Let's see, do they work on our area now? When I used it in the past, it only worked for TV and alarm systems. I would contact them. They've been around a lot longer now. It's been a few years. And so I'm gonna guess that they have made some strides, but always double check. Never give your clients a service that you haven't verified. So call them, talk to them, see what's going on with them. If it doesn't seem helpful, don't add it. But at least now you know how to add something to the custom navigation. Okay, and maybe it's, maybe it's a local moving company that you've sort of partnered with, that you could add a custom navigation to their website. Right? Maybe it's just a partner. Maybe it's a local title company that you want to link to, or a local lender that you love that you want to link to. You can put it right there in that custom navigation. Pretty cool. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. I know it's Friday. It's 4:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm sure everybody's tired. I'm going to put this up on YouTube in the next day or two, so look for it there. If you need to contact me, what's the best way to contact me? randywooters.com. There it is. That's my link tree. It's got every possible way to contact me. I just did that for Jay yesterday. He's like, how do I get a hold of Randy? randywooters.com, man. No, not really.
What are you talking about? I have a Randy light like Batman. I just put it out there in your head, silhouettes in the clouds, man. That's all I need.
Oh, I love it.
It's so weird that you said Batman, because I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
There you go, Jen.
How weird is that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Whatever.
Any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. Ask me anything, even if it's not related to those 3 things.
I just wanted to say to, if you're going to talk about meta, whatever they're called, tags, to also make sure you geocode any picture you put up as far as Google is concerned, because that will help you get Google looking at you in your area. So geocode all your posts or your photos your updates or your photos that you put on your Google page, and that will help to drive more to you also.
Nope, that's good. And so for those that are like, what's geocoding? What did you just say to me? I'm gonna find you a link really quick, and I'll give you a little step-by-step on geocoding.
It's really easy. I just do it right on my phone,
Yep.
Randy, you're still recording if you didn't know that.
I know. I want to get
Okay.
I want to get these questions on the recording.
Okay, cool.
Anybody else? Feel free, guys. This is a time to kind of there's no dumb questions. Not that you were going to ask a dumb question. I'm just saying. what I mean.
I'll ask a dumb question.
Okay.
Randy, when is Junk in Your Trunk moving company going to be up and running?
Jeff and I were finalizing the paperwork on that.
It's gonna be at least 2 months.
Okay, I'm done for the
And
day.
listen, I'm pretty sure somebody's already thought of it, and it's already on the side of a truck.
Yeah, true. That's true.
I'm sure. We're not that original. Somebody's already thought of it.
I thought it was clever when you said it, though.
Yeah, thank you. All right, that's going to wrap us up for this time. Absolutely feel free to reach out to me. randywooters.com is pretty much all of my links to my entire life. Probably too much, but there it is. This meeting happens every 2 weeks on Friday at 3:30. And there's always new content. And I record every session. It's going on my YouTube channel. Again, that link is in randywooters.com as well. And you can always like, subscribe, comment, follow, whatever. There's a whole playlist for Pinnacle Partners trainings. Okay. And so I'm making sure that I'm staying on top of that. All right, guys, have a fantastic Friday and rest of your weekend. And Monday morning comes around. I want you guys to absolutely dominate real estate. Okay. Later, guys.